Hi, welcome back to one of the great wisdom tips that will enable you to become a mental wealth millionaire. I am Donald Pett, the Wisdom Doctor, a Johns Hopkins trained psychiatrist, now retired, and I'm offering you my collection of wisdoms so that you can become a mental wealth millionaire. Now, this tip is what I consider the most powerful wisdom to succeed in any endeavor. And I learned this from an individual who was wheeled into the room, pushed by a very attractive woman. The chair was pushed by a very attractive woman, and the individual was in a wheelchair. And we had a very interesting interview, and then I had to ask him, how did you happen to get into this wheelchair and be in your present state? And he shared very candidly with me that when he was a teenager, he was playing football and he broke his neck, and he found that he was paralyzed from the neck down. And he told me, as best as I can remember, something as follows: I felt about as miserable as anyone could feel. I realized that I would not feel anything for the rest of my life from my neck down. I realized that I would be dependent on other people to do things for me, to help me. And I felt that life wasn't worth living. I wanted to die, and I thought about how I could commit suicide. And that was the pain that I experienced for probably a year or more. And then one day, out of the blue, I had this thought, this idea that just changed my entire life. And I said, please tell me, what is the thought that came to you? He said, well, this is how it went. I realized that as long as I thought about what I had lost and what I didn't have at the present time, or what I may not get in the future, I knew I would be miserable the rest of my life. And the thought came to me that if instead I directed my thinking to what I had attained so far, what I have available to me right now, and what I might yet attain in the future, just that one thought changed everything. I was able to get a grant, someone to actually help me go through college, literally turn the pages for me, and I went through to get my doctorate degree, a very high-level degree, a doctorate degree in psychology. I met this beautiful woman who stands with me now. We had so much in common that we got married. And we've adopted a child, and she is a beautiful child and the love of my life. And I have so much to live for now that I'm one of the happiest people that I know. Now, isn't that a fantastic story of what can happen with the change one thought? Powerful, powerful wisdoms. And that wisdom is available to you. It's available to anyone. Most people do exactly what this individual said. They tend to think of what they've lost, what they don't have, and what they might yet have in the future. Doesn't matter how much you have. If you think that way, you will be miserable. As a matter of fact, some of the wealthiest people, some of the best looking people, some of the individuals who have virtually all the assets that you could want, but who tend to think in that negative way, what I don't yet have, I want more, more, more. Those individuals are often pretty miserable, probably, at least in my experience, equally represented among those who even commit suicide. Whereas individuals who have wisdom, they know something about their self-endorsement skills, those individuals succeed in whatever life's hardships are provided to them. So consider this wisdom. I believe it's probably the most powerful wisdom, and I hope you will have tons of mental wealth and come back and join us for more wisdoms.